Every season begins the same. 82 games, 30 teams, one goal. To reach this pinnacle, it takes greatness, determination, sacrifice.
He starts at center, plays forward and guard, and he is hurting out there.
And the crowd is going wild. Belief.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
The NBA Finals, they are back here in Oklahoma City for the first time in 13 years since Kendrick Perkins was in a Thunder jersey. We're getting you set, Perk, for Game 1 of the Finals here between the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder as we welcome you to NBA Today's countdown to the Finals. Don't worry, we got a 2-hour special alongside 2 hours. You ready?
Y'all only got this handsomeness for an hour.
Well, it's a good thing we will make it count while you're here. Kendrick Perkins, Janae Gumaka's here for the full 2 hours. Udonis Haslem.
When he leave, I'll take over for him.
We have another handsome man to my left. I'm Malika Andrews. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Are you guys ready? Can I admit something? I go and before Game 1 of the Finals, I always go back and I watch the hype videos from Finals years past. So I am ready. I am ready
to play.
What do you guys think? Should we take a look back at how these two teams got here?
Yes.
Let's just remind everybody of the journey because the Thunder, they rolled through the Grizzlies before gutting out a 7-game series win over Jokic and the Nuggets. And then they took care of business against the Timberwolves, 5 games in the Western Conference Finals. Now, the Pacers, they used 3 late-game comebacks to out the hobbled Bucks in round 1, then the top-seeded Cavaliers in round 2, and then you got the New York Knicks in the East Finals on the way to their first Finals trip since 2000. And we keep saying that it's a surprise that the Pacers are here. Maybe we shouldn't be. These teams have been the best 2 records in the entire NBA since the start of January, including both the regular season and playoffs. 'Twas the night before Game 1. Here's what both teams are talking about.
Staying true to who we are is the reason why we're here, and we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we changed or tried to be something we're not. Once we got here, we've had success doing so, and if we want to keep having success, we have to be who we are.
We know that this is a great team, and I wouldn't want to. If we were to win a championship, I don't want to win any other way. I don't want to go around or go over. I want to go through. You want to go through the best team. You want to go through the best challenge.
I know you love that mentality. You want to go straight through. Somebody is going to win their first title in the 25 finals. The Pacers are seeking their first championship after previously winning 3 in the ABA, while the Thunder, they're seeking their first title since moving to Oklahoma City. Yes, they left the banner and everything back in Seattle. So I want to boil it down here, Udonis. Oftentimes we talk about Game 1 as maybe a feel-out game. What is the question that you have that you're looking to have answered?
Who is going to impose their will? That is the question for me. You have control chaos on both sides of the basketball. You have a team in OKC who is plus 91 in turnover differential, and then you have a team with a guy who's getting 20 points, 15 assists, and no turnovers, and he's done that 9 times, which is also historical. Both teams are going to bend. I want to see who's going to break, and that's what it comes down to me.
I thought he was going to say snap. I thought we were doing the bend and snap like Legally Blonde today.
Snap. That probably went over your head. It's all good.
But it's all over mine, too. It went over mine, too.
Between us. It's a girl's girl thing. Look, my biggest question is, will this be SGA's one shining moment? The moment where we have seen him, his career come to fruition, all the hard work pay off. And we've seen iterations of these moments building up, starting with this, versus T-Wolves, coaching his team up and showing leadership, then smiling to the Nuggets. All right, guys, I got something. I'm going to have the last laugh. And this play right here, when he needed help, it finally, we found the Robin to his Batman. J-Dub knocking down the 3. What will be the next moment? He already right here in OKC won MVP, won finals, conference finals MVP. What is going to be next in this beautiful story that he's writing?
I'm looking at Chet Holmgren. That's the biggest question because there was so many question marks coming into this postseason, and they addressed it in the offseason. The Achilles heel of the Oklahoma City Thunder was Chet not being able to play the 5. Well, he's played the 5 position, right? In the last 2 games of the Western Conference Finals, he did that because the Oklahoma City Thunder went small. He had 21 in Game 4, 22 in Game 5, and he's completing that big 3 of J-Dub and SGA, and they're going to have to go small again because of the matchup problems that Indiana, they place in front of you. I'm looking at OKC, and I'm going to say, hey, Chet, you got to go at the 5 spot.
Yep.
Well, he proved that he could be successful, or the Thunder could be successful with Chet at the 5. His ability to stretch the floor, lob threat at
Yep.
the basket,
Yes.
and rim protection.
Yes.
And what you're talking about is the depth, right, of this Oklahoma City team, which is why, for me, this boils down to this is a matchup of David versus Goliath. It's a tale as old as time. Oklahoma City has run through the regular season. They are historically great. In fact, the Pacers have 18 fewer wins than the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is the largest difference in regular season wins entering a finals matchup since the Celtics against the Rockets. That was all the way back in 81. That was 22 wins. UD, you're better at this than anybody I know, because as a average human being, I would walk into this and I would look around and say, dang, if I'm Indiana, I know what happened in the regular season, and I know the odds. I know that we are not supposed to be here. How do you not let it creep into your mind that this is something that we're not supposed to win?
Let it creep in. Listen to everything everybody has to say. Do not. I used to tell all my guys, please cut on ESPN. Please just listen to it.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you everything they say about you, and listen to it. And when you hear it, come to the locker room and make sure everybody else heard it.
Yeah.
I used to send out texts to my guys. I record y'all talking about us. Which you was in all the group texts. You was in all the group texts. And I'm letting guys know this is how they feel about us.
Yeah.
It's us against the world. That kind of mentality.
Right, because in 2018, you're on the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, you know what you're facing in Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. And did you have the thought, like, we got to go up against these guys?
Damn right. But I ain't going to let the world know that. But, yeah, I thought that. We got to face KD and Steph. Like, you definitely have doubt, right? But you just got to, you got to see what guys are going to do in the moment. That's why the games are won between the lines. And all of a sudden, you got to see if it's real, right? The Pacers need to see if it's real, which it is. It's real. It's dangerous.
But also, it's nice when you don't have the pressure, when all the expectation is on the other squad. You just pull up and say, I'm going to hoop.
Yes. And when you got a group full of underdogs, this is your chance. This is your chance against all the high draft picks. This is your chance against all those guys who they talk about and who get the commercials.
Right.
They can't help them. The refs can't help them. Their mama can't help them. This is your chance. Now you come down right here and we're looking at SGA. We look at the deception of SGA. I think his intelligence is really undervalued, how intelligent he is. He never goes where you think he's going to go. The screen comes up, he rejects the screen. As a defender, when you turn your head and you got a good offensive player, you turn your head, he rejects and get down here. Once again, you see the screen. They're looking for the screen. He rejects the screen again. If you're Indiana, you're better off just switching this because there was no contact, so you should just switch it. You stay on the ball, the other guy gets back. Now he gets downhill again.
Yeah.
As great as a basketball player as SGA is, I think his IQ is undervalued. He has a counter to everything. Once he get in the paint, if he made a pull-up jumper, the next time he's going to shot fake you, you're going to go up, he's going to get into your body and get to the free throw line. So his game is not just based on skill set, it's also based on basketball IQ.
And we've seen that evolve. He has the perfect cast around him through the regular season, even since the matchups that we saw against the Indiana Pacers today.
Perfect word, because if the Oklahoma City Thunder were a movie, they'd be the neutralizers, and they have a star cast, but what they do is they neutralize your strength, and they did this with Tyrese Haliburton. 6.8 drives per game. That was his fewest allowed by any team. They're going to take